All right, so we're in Soho now. Got a few errands to run, make some returns, pick up some stuff. Got a cool event tonight that I'm gonna bring you guys along for. We've been trying to come back into the city a bit more. It's so hard in the winter. It's just like, it's freezing. You don't want to come in. Also, this snow is ridiculous. They just refuse to pick it up. So that's been interesting. I just don't think they have the infrastructure here for it in the city. So the reason we're here today is I am the best boyfriend ever and got Lauren a hoodie from Lulu for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the preferred color. So this is the one you want? It's like lighter pink?
It's cool tone.
Cool tone, and I went with,
warm tone.
oh yeah, I got the salmon color. If you don't like that.
But I really do like the hoodie.
Yeah, the Steady State hoodies are so soft. I'm wearing a Steady State crew neck right now. How's it going? Is the store manager Kiara here?
Fiona, that's me.
Oh, hi, I'm Alex. I had the brand set aside a couple of boots for me here, they said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to have a seat? I can have
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. All right, I'm content. I'm gonna go with those two for sure. Yeah.
Oh, the boots too you want to do, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The boots and the shoes, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Half the fun of coming into the city is at least getting a coffee, and Blank Street I think is probably one of my favorite coffee shops here in the city. But like, you guys know me, I just like my black cold brews. And
It's your favorite coffee shop aesthetic. I don't know. I don't know
That's
if
true.
it's your favorite cold brew.
well, it's not my favorite cold brew, and that's why I didn't get a coffee, but they have like a cold brew latte, which is insane. But just sometimes it's a little too much dairy for your boy. That's a hot take though. I know if any other normal person would think
And sugar.
Blank Street's the best.
You
Yeah.
You like your shit bitter.
I like that tart shit, you know. Much appreciate it. All right, y'all, we just wrapped up work for the day. It is 5:57, but work's not really done. I mean, it's hard to consider this work, but you know, technically it is. But I'm going to an event with Steve Madden tonight. I teased earlier. Super cool opportunity though. It's for a Brooklyn Nets game. And you know, the Nets aren't good or anything, but they're playing the Lakers, which is so cool because, you know, Braun is out, like probably not gonna be in the league that much longer. So I'm gonna go see LeBron James. Last time I tried to bring my big camera to an arena, they wouldn't let me in. So I'll get some clips on the phone for you guys. Let's get ready.
Stove after stove, choke on the smoke. They tell me to quit, don't listen what I'm told. They help me forget that this world is so cold. I don't even know what.
All right, now as you guys saw, I picked up 2 shoes. I went with these boots as one of the options, but I'm not really trying to go Western tonight. And then some crazy ass shoes, honestly. Kind of out of my comfort zone and normal style, but these are kind of like some Dries Van Noten looking stuff, but I mean, we're in New York City. It's a fashion-ish facing forward event, so, you know, you can shoot a shot.
It's either pussy or the karma. Man, I just wanna go flex. Gold on my teeth and on my neck. And I'm stone cold with the flex with my squad and I'm smoking up a check. Man, I just wanna go flex. Gold on my teeth and on my neck. And I'm stone cold with the flex with my squad and I'm smoking up a check. Yeah, push the gas, get a motherfucking nosebleed. She ain't never met a youngin' do it like me. She got a man, but she said she really like me. She doing things to excite me. She sending all her friends snaps of my new.
I've talked a lot about Philips Hue in my previous videos, especially on short form, but it really just adds so much to the apartment and it makes turning on and off the lamps insanely simple. And you can control everything from your phone or your smart home device. You know, the techie in me finds that fun, but it really is just so convenient. Philips Hue really did run with the Apple playbook, and once you're in the ecosystem, they got your ass. If you want this kind of setup and aren't looking to spend all of the money, I would definitely check out Govee though. They have great options. That's the backlight for my TV. They even have their own version of that tall lamp on the left, and it's like a third of the price. It's just so much better than using that harsh overhead light. So I'll have all that linked for you guys in the description if you want to check them out. It's not an ad whatsoever, but I just like to share stuff I'm passionate about. Even when I worked from home full time, I would always try to get out of the apartment once or twice a week, but lately I've just been so bad about it. This is even harder for me when it's cold. I just don't want to leave my apartment nearly as much, and I've kind of created a monster. I really do love my office setup so much. But for light tasks like admin work, emails, or meetings, I do enjoy leaving the apartment, and especially when I need a creative spark. I don't know what it is, but leaving that environment that I'm always in just really helps. When I was in the corporate world, I worked fully remote, and now obviously work for myself, and it definitely is a challenge. I mean, there's a ton of pros, and I think the pros outweigh the cons, but definitely not being around people is not the easiest thing. And if I think about it, most days I actually don't even speak to a single person, so just getting out of my apartment really makes me feel more alive and like a regular person.
Maturing is realizing that what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. That's why I've upgraded to the Native Moisturizing Body Wash.
So that's the final product on this Native ad. It's always nice when you get to work with a really cool brand that you like, and then the concept that you deliver comes together and you execute it well. Sometimes when you make an ad, you're just like, damn, this is so apparently an ad. It can't, sometimes it's not avoidable, and sometimes the brand just wants you to say so many things, you're like, sound like a robot. But I try very hard to make it as natural of a fit as possible. Sometimes it's not doable, but you do what you gotta do. But your boy is wrapping up for the evening. Me and Lauren are gonna go to a nice Mexican spot tonight and then meet up with some friends later for drinks. But I gotta take a moment to say, the apartment feels like a vibe. I think splurging on all of these lamps and the Philips Hue bulbs were so worth it. I just want to stay home at this point.
I've never brought you guys up here, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little Q&A on the 33rd floor of my building. It's such an insane backdrop, honestly. Like, I still can't believe this vantage point of the city is just insane. But I thought this would be a good time. I posted this Q&A on my Instagram, so if you want to get on this next time, then definitely go follow me over there. But got some great questions from you guys, so let's answer them. All right, the first one's from Austin, and he said, how do you feel moving will help or hurt your career as a content creator? This is obviously very topical because I finally announced on the last vlog, I've known for a couple months that I'm going to be leaving New York City come May when our leases are up. This is really hard. I've struggled with this a lot. I've given it a ton of thought. You guys know I'm very career oriented, very career focused. Like, I attribute a lot of how I'm feeling and how I'm doing in life to how my career is progressing. But for me, ultimately, it just comes down to lifestyle. I miss having a car. I miss being able to go to the grocery store and not have to pay for an Instacart person to go do it. I miss being able to go to the gym and not walk in, 0 degrees. So also, more importantly, just having additional income to spend on my business, on myself, to make myself happier, like going and traveling more and vlogging those experiences as well. And it's just hard in New York City because it is so damn expensive. You just have hardly any other spare income to spend on those experiences. How can it hurt me though? Obviously, like, New York City is the mecca. Like, it's the most, I think for anybody's career, honestly, it's like the top of the top. It's the most challenging, it's the most saturated, it's the hardest to make it, especially in content too. And that's definitely true. That's why I moved here, is to challenge myself. But I am thriving and did great. I honestly don't think there's anything left for me to do. Not to say I'm like at the top, but ChatGPT said it perfectly. NYC is an accelerator, not a compounder. So when you first move here, it's like throwing gasoline on the fire, but it kind of fizzles out afterwards. And I moved here with the goal of legitimizing myself, and I feel like I really did that. Also, the longer I'm here, the more dependency my content might have to being in the city, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a very nuanced question. I haven't done a Q&A since we hit 10,000 subs, so I feel like I'm rambling a bit here. Sorry. All right, we got one from Jake. Do you have any advice on setting/achieving goals in general? I don't know. I kind of have a hot take when it comes to this. Oh my God, hands are freezing. I think it's really important to not just tell anybody, but tell someone that you're really close to about the goal that you have in mind. And I think this really forces you to be accountable. Like, you're not going to want to upset somebody that you really value their opinion and what they think of you. Like, for example, like, I would tell my best friends or my dad back in the day when I was first starting content, like, hey, I'm going to post content. It's my goal to go full time, or at least realistically the goal is to make $1,000. I wouldn't go and tell them that if I wasn't going to go and actually do the steps to do it, because I know the next time I talk to them, they're gonna ask me, hey, how's that going? And if I said, oh, actually I didn't do anything, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. So I've always liked telling somebody the goal that I have in mind and them holding me accountable. I think it's very similar to going to the gym. It's a lot easier to go to the gym when you have a friend to go with. Now, when it comes to actual goal setting itself, that is truly, truly tough. I've tried to not focus so much on like big picture things. Like, for an example, hitting 100,000 subs. I'm like, I just want to post the best possible videos and do it at a consistent cadence. And I know that I will reach that goal along the way, So I think for me, that's really, I try to make it more finite and more actionable than just like, hey, here's a goal. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of arbitrary. Yeah, you do need to celebrate them. And I try to be better about celebrating wins than just moving on to the next thing. But hopefully that answers your question. Oh my God. This is a good idea in theory. Beach-bound Josh. I wish I was at the beach now, brother. What has inspired you lately? What will we see more of from you in 2026? Yeah, this is good. I made a story on Instagram responding to some of these, and I said, cheesy enough, like, I truly feel like I'm on the pursuit of happiness in terms of just, I want to make content and do the things that I love, which is truly a blessing over anything. Honestly, even the money, which is a huge factor for sure, but like, to wake up every day and feel so charged up and energized towards doing something that I love is really what I have been working towards, I feel like, my entire life. And just this year, well, February actually, it's been a year full time now, which is crazy, but I've just started to enjoy that. It took 30 years of life, but that to me is the biggest blessing. So really, to answer your question, it's just
I feel like I'm still finding myself as a creator in terms of my style. I'm sure you guys notice it on these vlogs, and I just want to be myself. Honestly, I want to be even more authentic than I feel like I already have been, and just not. I hate performative content, and I try really hard to not be that. So if anything, I think I just want to be more authentic, more raw, more genuine. There's a lot of that in this world, but I think, you know, especially for guys and males, I think we need even more of that. Can you talk about time management in your vlogs, work-life balance? I'm probably the wrong person to ask about this. I have a really bad problem of just working like pretty much as much as I possibly can. Lauren has been a really good influence on me to like slow down and enjoy the wins, enjoy life more. And so I've really tried to stick to working a 9 to 5, which sounds funny, but as a creator, you can just work 24/7. I think the important thing is when you're off, whatever your job is, you're off and you're present. I think that is so important, and I really try to practice that actively. But you know, with this job, it's tough because, like I said, I try not to work weekends. But for example, today's Monday, yesterday was Sunday, and the day before that obviously was Saturday. But I worked both of those days. I worked probably 15 total hours over the weekend, just because sometimes that's what this job requires. Well, just because sometimes that's what this job requires. I can't talk because my mouth is so cold, to be honest with you. So I think my biggest piece of advice is when you're working, and when you're not, you're present where you are and trying not to think about work. And I am the most guilty person of anyone of doing that. So, all right, I think we've got time for one more. I am dying here. Now that I'm doing content full time, thoughts on posting more often each week on YouTube? This is a great question. I've actually been wanting to talk about this on the vlog for a really long time, but I struggle. I'm sure you guys can tell, is like I obsess over the quality of my content. I'm a perfectionist. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's hard. If I posted any more than I do, I feel like the quality would go down a lot. But at the same time, I learned that there's a thing is too much quality as well, like where it becomes over edited and not inauthentic, but kind of what I was pointing at before. Like I want it to feel authentic and not forced and not like more glamorous than it actually is. So it's a really fine balance and fine line. Like for example, most of my vlogs, these take like, 20 hours to film and edit, maybe even more all said and done each week. And, this isn't even my main source of income. Like I make all of my money on short form on Instagram and TikTok, but I just love doing this so much. So it really is a balance. I'm trying my best to post as much as I can. I did the math, 3 a month. I'd like to get it more. I've actually worked with a video editor a little bit as well, but it's a lot more challenging to onboard somebody for that, just because you have a very unique taste and style of how you do things, and I don't want to lose sense of that, All right, boys, I need to get back inside, but thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I appreciate all the love as of late, and I'll see you guys on the next one.